When I dieted, the only thing I cut out or I didn't add were fats.
Yeah.
When I was dieting, the fat I'd get would be just the natural fats from the meat and whatever. I never added fats to it. But my carbs, I never went lower than 250 grams. Some people go zero carbs or low carbs, but I figure you need protein, you need carbs, and you need a little bit of fat. So everything in moderation.
Yeah.
Unless you got your carb sensitive and you fucking blow up on carbs, it's like, unless you got some sort of health problem that you need to cut them back.
So this is the next one. This is actually from Philip Fans.
Philip Fiends.
If you're consuming a bunch of protein and protein powder, how do you protect your kidneys? I'm kind of going through this right now with my increase of creatine in my kidneys. Because I remember you telling the story about your levels. Weren't they like you're in a car accident?
That's from muscle breakdown and stuff. So sometimes it's not due to you eating the protein. It's just due to your muscle breaking down and releasing the creatine into your blood. So you have to just get your blood checked. And, protein, it's like some people say a gram. Some people say if you're training really hard, you need at least 2 grams per pound of body weight. There's never really been a scientific study that says this is the exact number. So I think if you're around the 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight, that's pretty good. But as far as the other breaking muscle down, that's going to happen no matter what. You have hard workouts and you go get your blood work done. If you had done a heavy back workout one day, the next day you fucking blast legs and go crazy. If you go get your blood work done a day or two later, it's probably going to be through the roof, the creatine levels. So it's like one of those things but a good doctor would know it's from training and not from. That's why you should get it done every 6 months or a year so you can tell. But I'd say if you're going to get your blood work done, you want to check that. I wouldn't go crazy on heavy workouts a couple of days before. Just try and let everything settle down. Don't go having 3 days of big breakfast of sausages and eggs and bacon and stuff, and then what's my cholesterol? Or don't go eating lots of chocolate and go, can you check my sugar? And you're fucked. Your cholesterol's up, your sugar's up, and your kidneys liver's packing it in. So, I've had normal doctors look at my stuff and they're like, oh my God, your kidneys are high. But then if I go to a sports doctor, that's normal for athletes. We see that all the time. So.
And what was your highest level, did they say?
By the time I got really sick because I wasn't drinking enough, it was like something.
So you weren't drinking enough water?
No, they're flush it out. So, yeah. I sort of dehydrated and breaking all the muscle tissue down, so the blood was getting thicker.
So drink heaps of water.
Heaps of water. Plus you can get milk thistle now, and there's all lots of liver 52. I think is one of the best ones still out there by Himalaya. It's one of the good ones. It's from India, and those people are on it, and they drink lots of bad water and have lots of stuff, and their liver's good. And I actually had a friend who had his liver really bad. He started taking that, and there was another one. It's by a company, supplement company, starts with C, Cabatone or Caba. But they do a liver detox one, and it's really good. And he was taking them, and his numbers dropped a lot when he went and got his next blood work done. So there are things out there to monitor. So
I follow McCullough. He's a doctor, even though he's like an osteo thing, so they call him a fake one. But he's still training at nearly 70, I think he is, still in great, and he's
what would you listen to that old man for? What's he now?
But the latest...
Does he do hip thrusts?
No, the latest studies are that carbohydrates are so important. And he was...
See, I've never cut them out. I know people that do keto diets and stuff, but I've always said when I dieted, the only thing I cut out or I didn't add were fats. Yeah. When I was dieting, the fat I'd get would be just the natural fats from the meat and whatever. I never added fats to it, but my carbs, I never went lower than 250 grams. Some people go zero carbs or low carbs, but I figure you need protein, you need carbs, and you need a little bit of fat. So everything in moderation. Yeah. Unless you got your carb sensitive and you fucking blow up on carbs, it's like, unless you got some sort of health problem that you need to cut them back, you need them. So like I said, just in moderation, you don't have to go crazy and go 1,000 grams of carbs and put weight on. But if you're just eating carbs in rice or a bit of potato or vegetables and stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, these people who go from one extreme to the other, let me try this diet, let me try the keto diet, let me try when the Atkins diet was out with all high bacon and proteins and no carbs at all, get your energy from fat sources. So I think you just got to be sensible and, like I said, just have a balanced diet of everything, but in moderation.
Yeah, no, he was always low carb and restricted them, And then with this study, apparently it makes your cells work better, but it's mainly from fruit and those sort of things.
That's another thing, even fruit. I remember when I went to America, I'd still eat fruit when I'm dieting, and the Americans, oh my God, how can you have apples and that? They've got sugar in them, and how can you have that? Like, they wouldn't even eat tomato because, there's sugar and sodium in that. I'm like, yeah, but it's natural. It's like, how much of it do I have to eat? It's like, show me a fat vegetarian that's fucking obese from eating fruit and vegetables. So, I couldn't believe it. Sometimes, like, I want something sweet, I'd have, like, the tinned peaches in their natural syrup, or I'd have a bowl of lemon. They're like, do you know how much sugar's in that? I'm like, what? I'm doing 2 or 3 hours of cardio a day. I'm training twice a day. I don't really think that a little bit of sugar in the peaches is going to destroy me, or an apple. I was like, no, they go mad. I can't have that.
No, well, that's what, he said he lost weight by increasing his carbs because they're saying it makes your cells work better. So I guess the whole point is just eat a balanced diet.
Exactly.
Little bit of protein, little bit of carbs.
You got to find that balance, what works for you. You might have too many carbs and think, fine, you're putting weight on, so you might have to step them back a bit. And it all depends on the type of carbs. You wouldn't go eat a whole big plate of mashed potatoes before you go to bed and stuff like that. So, if I was dieting during the morning and up to like 2 o'clock, that's when I'd have like the oatmeal, the potatoes, the rice and that. Then generally after 2 p.m. I'd be more vegetables and salads, sort of like the more fibrous type carbs that weren't as heavy. So you just got to work it out. But going from one extreme to the other and cutting something completely out, I've never been on that bandwagon. Unless, like I said, there was a medical problem and you had to. But up until then, it's like, why?
All right. So, just don't go nuts on protein and just balanced diet, drink plenty of water, and you should be sweet.
Yep.